All right. Hopefully we're back here. Don't know, I had to do some work with OBS to get it to come back, get my video capture to come back. Oh well. Anyway, so we have loaded the mods from my prior 1000X run. So we're gonna pull it up and I can show you. Yeah, so so here's my thinking with deciding, I think, to not play with biters here. So once this comes up, you'll see I think max frames. Man, surprised I even loaded this. There's a bunch of mods in here that looks like it did not like. Oh yeah. But this will give you a good idea. All kinds of stuff going wrong here because the save is broken now because of the mods. But you can see my frames are low. 35 was what I was averaging at the end. You can see the base is big. I mean, it's not, I don't think that big in my honest opinion. But yeah, you can see the stain of my pollution. Anyway, yeah, this is oh shit. Anyway, so you can see here, let's just look at our achievements. They're not milestones. Progress, launch our rocket, 100x, but you can see our rocket facility is, where was it? Here. Completed products finished 3, so we've got some rocket launches, but this is just to point out that I have all kinds of problems. My nuclear array here. Lab setup, crazy big. Yeah, you can see. But anyway, lab's working. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, but yeah, you can see frames are terrible. And it's because of the scale. I mean, the scale of some of these builds is ridiculous. I mean, you can see 8 red belts of green circuits. I mean, we're talking hundreds of green circuits per second. Oil setups are wild, big. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, frames are not good. God, my bots are so slow. So yeah, I think that I want to play without without enemies. The main issue really just being like I said, I mean, at this scale, which is what we're gonna have to have for this base, when it worked prior to these issues here, this base could produce this base could do did we ever get to 3600? I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah. But for those reasons and others, because of the scale, because of the fact that the enemies themselves, once you get to gigantic scale, the enemies themselves start to suck at the UPS, we're going to have gigantic scale, not just on Novice, we're going to have scale on all the planets. And so I think that it might be best that we just, I think it might be best that we just play without enemies. As much as I like the game of defense, I mean, you can see I spent a lot of time working on these designs, and they work pretty well. We take real sustained attacks. We've got like power problems. I mean, this save is it's not unrecoverable. We could potentially recover from it. There's lots of work that would need to be done in order to make this base functional again. But we were doing 1,800 science per minute, potentially 3,600. Well, stream. Okay, looks like I'm back. Stream is being funny. We might have been doing 3,600 a second. I can't really remember, to be honest. But even at 1,800 per second, you can see the scale we had to maintain. Yeah, we're doing a red belt. So this is too much. It's too big. Can see when I'm zoomed in, when I'm not, I'm on the player character, might get close to the 40 updates per second, but it just slows the game way down. I mean, the reason I'm moving fast is I have wild. Anyway, yeah, for a lot of reasons, I think I want to play with no enemies, because it'll make it just, then it's just a struggle against the scale. And I think that's really ultimately what's interesting about the 1000X runs. The enemy stuff, you can play Death World if you want to really get pain. I mean, it does suck, trust me. Having to, like, I had to clear hundreds of nests to get this amount of land, to get this amount of area. Hundreds of nests with landmines. So it's not even that fun. Like, it's not like Spidertron stuff or anything like that. I mean, you've got to do it manually with fucking landmines. Just not my idea of fun. And I think the scale is really what, like I said, what makes this run interesting. Like, you have to build a low-tech mega base. And this will save on UPS since we're going to have giant bases on 4 planets, 3 planets at least, 4. No, all 4 probably. Yeah, so exit that game. We're going to see if we can get OBS to not freak out again when I switch mod sets. Maybe I can make this better. We're just going to hide the video stream. Maybe it will make OBS a little bit less problematic. No, it did not. Oh, it did. It worked. Yes, we got it. I'm not seeing it on there. I gotta see it on YouTube. Okay. All right, so let's hide it one more time. We have to load our new 1000X save, or scrub the map string, I should say. 1000X map string, copy. New game. Go one more time with the restart here. All right, with any luck, we're back. Woo! Worked. All right, so let's resync our mods. So good there. So our 1000X Space Age in the map string, new game, free play, import map string. Since we don't have biters to deal with, I don't know that we need the frequency of those to be that high. Leave the size and richness where it is. Enemies, no enemies, peaceful, no pollution, rain. We're gonna leave cliffs on. Go 30%. Let's do it. Alright. We can preview the map if we want. As you can see, let's make it big. There are enemy bases on the map, but no enemies will spawn from them. You do need them for biter egg farming later, but let's get going. Restart, more casual. We're gonna make this happen. Low tech mega base. Here we come. So of course makes things a little more casual, which I think would be good, because there are plenty of challenges in doing 1000X. Enemies are one, but they're one of the least fun, because it does become a bit of a slog. You're railroaded, I think, into using landmines to kill nests, and it's just no fun in my opinion. We'll leave our ship. Where's our... Interesting. So our resources look a little bit different. We're gonna need trains, obviously, for this. But because we don't have to... So I mean, what we're gonna do... get our smelting going so that we can queue things up in our tech tree. This does make it a little bit nicer because we don't have to rush turrets. We can just go straight for logistics, so that we can actually get things started appropriately. All right, let's go. Miner furnace. Edges of this suck. Like a straight edge to pull all the resources out. Unfortunately, they have not given us that. So, gonna get some plates going. As I had said on a previous stream, we are playing without any starter bots or anything like that. Considering how much of a sort of modified run we're doing here, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know. Removing biters or removing enemies in general does make the 1000x challenge a lot more manageable, because that's just, it's purely about your, well, I can push scale immediately, which is something that when you're playing with biters, you have to manage the scale you're going, the speed which you're researching, and biters. You have to manage both, and in my opinion, it doesn't make for very fun gameplay. I'd much rather just go as quickly as I can, because it's going to be a long save anyway. Like, just from pure, that's the wild thing about this type of gameplay. The pure amount of research required, the amount of time it will take, is kind of hard to wrap your head around. But this effectively means that I have to build a mega base in order for this to not take 1,000 hours. Now, with biters, my 1000x 1.0 run did take, so I think I saw the time when I had just pulled it up, and it was like 750 hours. There's a lot of that time spent killing biters, managing defenses, designing defense walls, designing defense logistics. This will allow us to just focus on the scale that's required to actually complete a 1000x tech. Sure that some might say I'm cheating the challenge, but you know what? Frankly, I don't give a damn. Got our lab. There's our power. All right, let's get some more coal going. Yeah, so I guess the way I put it is that the part of the challenge I'm really looking forward to here is the scale required for, because like having done this before, I know that it's possible. Of course, it's possible. But I know what it takes to get to high throughput. But it'll be interesting to get to the throughput. So we want automation is 10, then logistics, then mining. Yeah, we're gonna go right for trains because this amount of materials will not get us very far. I mean, 4.9 million is a decent amount, but yes, we're gonna have to use far, 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 far more resources than that. We're gonna push trains. After trains, push bots. Because we're gonna have lots of scaling to do. Let's go get our automation. 1, 2. A little bit of pipe, maybe. Underground. Indeed, indeed, indeed. This is going to be pretty similar at the start here to any normal Factorio run. Just that, whereas you would normally scale later down the road once you have better tech. In the case of doing a 1000x run, you can aspire for the tech, but you don't have the tech, so you have to scale before tech. Which we will do. I'm excited for the 2.0 changes that will, 2.0 and Space Age changes that will make things much better in the later game. You know, like once you get foundries, you know, the big miners, productivity gains, like all that stuff will make later game progress quicker. but setting up interplanetary logistics that are capable of carrying that kind of throughput, like, so if we go for 1800 per minute, which is what I did in my previous run, that means that in 100 minutes, you get through 180,000 science pack. Research, but okay. Let's get that started. Pipe that out there. Yeah, all of those later game tools are going to make the required mega basing much easier. As I think what I'd like to do is aim for as an aspirational goal, I think I'd like to aim for a green belt of science. I mean, I don't know how feasible that is. I mean, at the start, obviously, the game is going to be a little bit different. Click ahead, just so it's easier to switch over. Okay. Sir. Pipe. Sir. Put that in there. Let's get our automation. Set this up a little bit. Pipe, ground. For now, that is going to be assembler. Some conveniences to make our lives a little easier. Alright, let's go get our lab. We can now make assemblers, longhand inserters. Let's go. So, what we need to do is plan our first factory, just so we can see it. Yeah, just takes a while for it to load. Anyway, we want to start just one yellow belt. Go. Gives us our second. So we need 2 yellow belts of iron, 1 yellow belt of copper. So we are going to need lots of things to make this happen. Let's get us a little bit of a I don't know if I like that. Let's was back. I like more automation than that. That's the old Michael Hendricks method, hand feeding assemblers. I don't like doing that. So by doing this, we can go, for instance, I need burner miners. Burner miners require gears, and so that, I didn't load that, did I? No, good. So let's make a bunch of crates. Make some inserters. So we go input, 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 output. Let's bring this over. So we need belt. Materials, put in our assemblers to grow our little base here. Stone, steel, or iron, iron. So what we need the most at the moment. Gonna take us a while just to get to logistics here, so let's lay our same design as our previous failed save. Just keep pasting these. Wire up our wooden box here. I'm gonna make these if screw that 200. Okay. Oops. Wrong. There we go. Yes. Oh, looks like my stream is going to have to end here. Yeah, started again. This time, what I would consider a much better, much more pleasant situation. Yeah. So as I said, I'll be gone for the next few days. Next week, I will likely pick back up again, an hour or two a day. And we'll try to get this next Space Age run done. as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we went with no biters. It's just too much of a UPS cost, the scale that we're going to have to build at, and we're going to have to spread that scale across 4 different planets, so I think playing without enemies is a good call. With enemies it's brutal. Brutal not just in what you have to do, but also brutal in just the need to go out and kill them. So anyway, till next time, this is the Colonel out.